You know, right now, maybe you feel like you're stuck. You feel like you're kind of stuck in a rut. Like you had this idea of something that you want to do, but you're not sure if you should actually do it, right? Like it seems like a good idea. You've been contemplating it sometimes weeks, sometimes even months, and you still haven't made a choice. You're just kind of like outweighing the pros and the cons, and you're just going between them. And you're like, okay, I could see the potential in this action, but I could also see the downside in it. And because of that, you kind of just stay stuck. You're on the fence. It may seem like that's better because at least then you're not doing the action and feeling the pain that may come as a result, right? Because you're aware of this. Your brain is constantly weighing out these things, and you see that if there's potential pain, you may not actually want to go ahead and take the action. But at the same time, you know that there's some pleasure at the other end of the decision that needs to be made. And yet you still feel stuck. You're just contemplating over and over and over again. Overthinking like this just creates mental fatigue. Over and over again, you're just draining your mind. Your mind only has so much energy that it can use in a day. And if all it does is just weigh out these kind of decisions, whether you should take action or not take action, you're kind of stuck. And sometimes this can happen for weeks and months. And you know what's crazy? Is all you have to do is just make the decision. It doesn't matter which one you choose. If you were to just choose one or the other, you would at least be in a better position, because then you have some kind of knowledge about whether one side worked or the other one worked. You could see it's like, okay, that didn't end up working. Okay, now you know. Now you could change your approach. Now you could try something else. But you see, if you just stay here and you're just thinking about it, you're never actually making any progress. It's kind of like this. If I was like stuck here in the middle of these woods and I have no idea where to go, and I just stood here, right? And I'm like, I don't know which way to go. Do I go that way or do I go that way? How am I going to know which way to go? Well, if I just stood here and just waited and thought about it, I'm like, okay, that way could be the right route. I could be going that way. Or I'm like, wait, no, it's actually that way. And I just keep thinking about it over and over again. I'm going to stay stuck. It's only once I make a decision that I'll actually see. I could decide to go that way or this way. So let's say I continue this way. I'll make a distinction or two along the way. I'll either notice that I'm going the right way, I'm heading in the right direction, meaning that I'm getting closer to my goals, or that I'm getting further away. So if at this moment I go, you know what, no, this is the wrong way, I'm better off turning back and going that way. Or I notice, oh, this actually is the correct direction, so let me keep going here. You see the difference? Now imagine if I just stood there waiting and waiting. Nothing's gonna change. It would just be me standing there, not actually making a choice. And what's harder is literally what's going on in your brain the entire time, just thinking about it, knowing whether or not it's the right decision or the wrong decision. One thing that I've learned is that there's actually really no such thing as the right decision. You just make a decision, and then you make your decision right. You make the decision, and then you make the decision right. What that means is no matter which action you took, whichever path or course you took, it doesn't matter, because all that really matters is what you do after the fact. You make a distinction and you pivot from there. So if you feel stuck right now, you feel like you're contemplating on some kind of decision and you've been doing this for weeks or months, it's time to stop weighing out these differences and just take some sort of action. Just something towards whatever goal that you're trying to achieve. Just something. Any little bit of action will give you some sort of distinction, and then from there, you can correct course. It's the only way to get out of this rut.